Bootcamp is about to begin. Rise up, it's time to log in. LP Army will teach you the way to be LP warrior starting this day. We live for the fees we make. Soon it is profits that you will take. The LP Army marches strong. The best in soul and now we sing our song. We live for the fees we make. Soon it is profits that you will take. The LP Army marches strong. The best in soul and now we sing our song. We are LP Army, rise to the sky. Dynamic is our battle cry. LP warriors will never die. Thereof we will fly. Rise, new soldiers, rise. Rise, new soldiers, rise. Spot, copy, ask, use them all. Winning's the task, we heed the call. Bootcamp, join our ranks so tight. Listen to the Goose Gang and gain your might. We will print and we will learn. What you gain is tokens burn. Join the ranks of the brave and bold. Story of the LP Army told. We are LP Army, rise to the sky. Dynamic is our battle cry. LP warriors will never die. Thereof we will fly. Rise, new soldiers, rise. Rise. Take the course and earn your role. March with us and earn some soul. Dodge the rug and join the fight. We gain together LP Army might. Make your position and join the pool. Post your wings with Alex's tool. LP Army, we fight to win. Your journey is about to begin. We are LP Army, rise to the sky. Dynamic is our battle cry. LP warriors will never die. Thereof we will fly. Rise, new soldiers, rise. Take the course and earn your role. March with us and earn some soul. Dodge the run and join the fight. We gain together LP Army might. Oh.
GMAT, everybody. Good morning or evening or whatever time of the day it is for you. Welcome, everyone. Let's get this started. Here we go. Day 2, LP Army Bootcamp. And we will start with our disclaimer, just like yesterday. We are not giving you financial advice. Any funds you invest should be funds you're willing to lose. So know that going in. As always, do your own research, all that good fun stuff. And of course, the purpose of this course is for you to become familiar with Meteora and how to begin to be successful at liquidity providing. This is not about roles. This is not about an airdrop or anything like that. This course is free. You should never have to pay for this type of education. Anyone trying to sell it to you, don't do it, man. We give it to you for free. So you will need some funds to be able to complete the tasks, but you're not paying us. That's your money. And as always, be prepared to lose before you win. Failure is one of life's great teachers. In fact, as a weightlifter, I can tell you, I love failure. That's how we get stronger. So be prepared for that. Someone asked, or a question, could this be watched back? This is recorded. It's being recorded. StreamYard, YouTube, X. It's on my X. It's on the Meteora X. You can rewatch this at any time. Introduction. If you didn't already know, this is me. I am Heavy Metal Cook. I am the Bootcamp moderator. I volunteer in a lot of stuff. Been doing various things throughout the crypto world for a while. I love stuff. Anyway, let's move on. It's a pleasure for all of you to see me here today. I don't know why I didn't show that slide, but Photon Magic is here with me today. He's helping me with questions and help running the stream. He's one of our bootcamp instructors. Appreciate your help today, Photon. So if you got questions during the course, feel free to put them in there in the chat. Just be concise, and we'll do our best to answer them. Anything that we need to answer live, or that I need to answer live for you, Photon will let me know. Learn by doing, and you must complete both days of this course. You have to graduate day one in order to do this. Now, if you have already received the bootcamp trainee role from a previous bootcamp, you don't have to do this month's day one again. If you already have that role, you're good to go. But if you don't, you need to complete day one or you will not graduate. And as always, I love feedback, constructive feedback. Feel free to share that with us in Discord on this course, because that's how we get it better. Showing this again, this was from yesterday, the Bootcamp resources. You can scan this with your phone. You can, if you're using Google Chrome on your PC, you can't use your phone. Use Google Lens right there in the menu. It's just links to additional reading and resources for you, the Bootcamp resources. I'll just give you guys a minute to look at that. I skipped ahead. Oh, sorry. There we go. Give you a second to be able to scan that. Okay. All right. We're going to move on. We will show that again later. Our agenda for today, we're going to get more in depth for sure about how to find opportunities to LP, strategies, and some basic tools for reading charts, how to find stuff, how to collaborate, how to deal with certain situations. It's going to be there, and we'll do hands-on demo, and we'll give you all the information you need to be able to graduate and ask questions. So we're going to cover safety, how to help protect yourself while doing this, find opportunities. I already talked about a lot of this, but these are the different things that we are going to do and you should know how to do by the end of today. So to survive and thrive in this, you need to set yourself some rules. Use a systematic approach to this. The name of the game is consistency and risk management. You need to figure out how much you're willing to lose, and figure out when you want to take profit. You have to know your risk tolerance. Like, I mean, it's all similar to like gambling in a casino. My dad, he would tell me, son, figure out how much you are willing to just simply toss out the window and lose. That's how much money you take with you. So don't spend your life savings doing this, especially in the start. You got to practice. This is how we get better. You start small with that practice, and as you get better, you can up your amount, set your LP. You have to master the platform. You also have to master your feelings. Don't get emotional with it. Work with others. We're all in this together. It's not a zero-sum game. It's PPP, player, promote, player. So get involved with the community and share. That's what it's all about. So some key tools. There's stuff on chain, off chain. You need to be able to do some basic technical analysis. You don't have to be a master at TA to be able to do this. But we're going to show you a bunch of different tools to do these various things. How things are going. Did you make a profit? Are you getting better? What have you? So some of the safety type things that you want to keep in mind here. Rugcheck.xyz, classic one that you should always check on a token. As you can see here, like this particular token, it looks pretty bad. Copycat, high ownership, low liquidity, single ownership, 91% danger, right? So you're looking for various things. Can this thing be mintable? Can't sell it. Copycat cat token, bad things. Next tool, bubble maps. This is a great tool. We'll demo this, of course. This kind of showing you holder distribution. All these bubbles represent wallets, and the ones that are tied together are kind of showing this stuff. These are related to each other. Maybe they're bundled. So we can see here, like this very first one, 21%. That's actually the radium pool. But you'll be able to learn how to spot what's good, what's bad. Rug indicators there. Basically, one of the biggest things you want to be wary of, large clusters of wallets that are tied together. Those are indicating scam rug. And of course, wash trading. If you see here on this old chart, you have this very even amounts of volume, and then like these wild just breaks here, right? And then it picks right back up, very even, and then breaks like this. And this is usually like maybe the bot died right here, but this volume is created by bots, so it's generating a fake volume. And while yes, you could still earn fees off of that fake volume, they're generating that fake volume to make people think that, oh, hey, this is a good token, this is hot, people are wanting this, let's do this. And that's just setting you up for the rug. So you usually only see it on new coins, but it can happen on older ones. And these generally tend to rug pretty quick. So I would keep an eye out for wash trading. And this is new. Community tools help you find some LP opportunities. This is on the LP Army Discord, not the Meteora Discord. Looking at this, the DLMM signals in particular, we have the DLMM Ops bot, which is also still available on the Meteora Discord. It will show you you can do strict lists or not strict lists, go pure degen, but it's going to give you information about what's hot and when it was listed. The volume trends, the TVL, fully diluted value, bin step, all these good things. So it's just showing you what's going on at this particular moment, whether it's good, going up, going down. But this is what's hot. Multi-day ops, so tokens that may be good to run for more than one day or several days. that's there. It's kind of basically the same information, but a little bit more. And to understand the commands for that, you type help. Now there's multiple helps listed in the channel. You're looking for the one with the Meteora logo on it. That will give you the commands available by the bots. And the Metlex terminal. So this tool is just whenever a new pool is created, it puts this out there and it's giving you a little bit of information about it. So is this on the Jupiter strict list? Is it freezable or is it mintable? Are there any risks involved with this particular coin? You can see here's an example of one that came out, and it's telling you, and this is basically rug check information, right? Telling you maybe this is not a good one to choose. So those are a few places that you can find opportunities. As always, you want to do your own research with anything. So we'll move on. And I see that Otto, one of our OG bootcamp instructors, has joined us. So welcome and thank you, Otto, for showing up today. Okay. So more on the LP Army Discord, places where you'll get calls like notifications about new tokens. If you go to the role selection channel, you will see you can read for yourself, but there's buttons to click if you want to add the degen role to you. That way, whenever one of our callers are saying, hey, here's a hot new token or something, they can tag you in that, so you'll be notified about what's going on. So you'll see in here, this is under this umbrella of the DLM alpha, things that multiple day fresh. And of course, they'll also create separate threads where you can discuss a very particular token pair, like this particular one, the YZY. That's where they may have a discussion just about that particular token, about what it's doing. But as always, you can't assume that things are safe. You need to do your own research on anything. It's on you to do that properly. There's also an alpha calls role that it'll tell you, like, hey, here's some new alpha that's done in a different channel on there, but that's all on the new LP Army Discord, which is open to everybody. Okay, so metlex.io, this is in my opinion, one of the greatest tools for finding opportunities. It does a lot of things. Obviously, you can see it's been growing and growing since its inception. If you want to find out how you're doing with your fees, what you've earned, it'll estimate points for you as well. Remember that is an estimation and not it's not official. Generate a P&L card. You can monitor your wallet, and I'm actually going to switch over to that right now to show some of that here. Present window. Here we go. Okay. So here on Metlex, you can monitor a wallet. You enter your wallet. You go here. And you enter your wallet address there. And here you can see, like, this is two particular pools that I have open right now under this wallet. And I've actually expanded this. It shows up like this, right? And then you expand the wallet, this right here. And it's showing you your positions, and if you have multiple positions, it will list them all in little drop downs. How much liquidity you have, its value, any unclaimed fees and its value, uh, the current prices of these tokens. I mean, really, this is just like where it is right now, the shape of your liquidity, the shape of everyone else's liquidity in there. To me, this is an awesome way to check everything. And if you right here, this handy button, it will take you directly to that pool, so that if you need to do something with your position, it's right there. And then, so moving on, we have the degen button that we go in here. You can filter this by a token name or a token address. So let's say, let's just try please, right? I just typed that. Now, of course, you may want to verify with the correct CA, but this is going to show you info about the pools for this particular token. What's going on, like here's the current dynamic fee happening on this pool, which is more than double of the base fee. So this one's got some volatility right now. Direct link to the pool, links to charts, rug check, all those good things here. This will take you down to gmgn.ai, one of my favorites. So this is just a way to help you choose maybe the correct pool for what you're trying to accomplish. You know, you find here the 100 bin step 1% base fee. It's an estimated 5.45% return. Again, these numbers can be affected by people entering and exiting the pool, but it's just some info. There's a good amount of TVL in this particular one. This one right here in the 20 bin step, 2%, a whole lot less. Even going down here, the 250 bin step, 2%. There's only $736 in here. So this is not the pool you would want to join, because you're not going to get any volume. And then there you see, like here, people have created a whole bunch of pools that are not good for this particular pair. So you probably don't want to join in any of those. And then here we have the DEX, where you can search by one or two different tokens. I'm just going to stick with that same token name. Oh, I need the CA. Sorry about that. Let's go back to here. I'm going to copy that CA right there. Put it here. So what this is showing me is various pools throughout the entire market. You'll notice this very first pool, this is actually a radium pool. And then the Orca pool right here, this second one. And then a Meteora and so on and so forth. So you can see how many transactions in the last 24 hours. You've got buys, you've got sells, you've got, it's showing, of course, the market cap, the volume in the last 24 hours, 6 hours, so on and so forth, the TVL in those particular pools. So this may help for you decide what you want to do, which ones are looking good, or how this token is particularly performing on the market throughout all. So that's what that is. And of course, links directly to the individual pools. And here, this is a handy bit of information. The price changed in the last 5 minutes, 1 hour, 6 hours, 24 hours. So in the last 1 hour, this particular one is up 3%, although in the last 24 hours, it's down 15. And of course, more links directly into handy things like this. Bubble maps, rug check, take you straight to Jupiter or GMGN. You can actually create a pool here, which again, I'm gonna recommend you don't until you're familiar with this. You can even create a dynamic pool straight from here. Let's see. We have any questions so far? I don't see any, so I'm gonna keep going here. The DLM 100. This is a cool way to help you find various opportunities. You have some filters that you can apply here. We could say show all. We could say show me only things that are pools that have a fee of 5% or more, meaning the base fee, or 2%. So let me say, give me that. Filter by volume. Let's say the last, just for fun, let's say in the last 6 hours, greater than 0. Sort by volume. We can say a minimum liquidity or max liquidity. Let's just say I don't want to don't show me any tiny pools. So let's say only show me stuff with 50,000 in it. Give me a rocket here. So we could see YZY-Sol. These are direct links to GMGN or Ape Pro for the 2 particular tokens, like Sol here, YZY here. And again, much like in the previous screen, it's telling you the buys and sells, the price change on this specific token, and a direct link to Jupiter Swap or to the pool itself. So we can see I filtered out a whole lot of information here just by choosing these particular filters. We go back and change this, show me all, remove that. So we can see that we just showed a whole lot more stuff, right? So these filters are a great way to cut down on some of the noise, or say manage some of your risk. Like, don't show me any tiny pools with nothing in them, or things that are not really moving right now, what have you. So a few tools for you there to help find something good. Now we go with the magical button. This is one of my particular favorites. I love this thing. I'm going to show you why here in a minute. Minimum bin step, you can set this number. The max bin step, say I want to show me everything, right? Or show me all the way up to 400. Minimum base fee, max base fee, whatever. You can say only show me what's on the Jupiter strict list, or show me all the rugs, everything out there. We click the little rocket. And this is going to take a little bit longer to load. And you can even change like the size of these particular boxes right here. But powered by GMGN, and it's going to show us a chart here. But you just see here, a lot like the previous screen, today's fees, the TVL, the volume in the last 24 hours, the bin step, and base fee of this specific pool. So you notice we have a fart coin over here and a fart coin over here. And it looks like it's the same pool almost. Oh, no, wait, that's Sol. This is USDC. So that's the difference. But real handy, got the chart right here. So if you just want to scroll through this, you'll be able to see, okay, yep, this one right here, it looks like it's run to 0. So let's not play with that one. This one's running down pretty good. It is the weekend. You may have a hard time finding something. We see EURC. It's sticking around at about the same price. So anyway, you can choose something directly off of this. And then, of course, our last one, the trenches tool. If you click that, it's going to show you the top 500 total pairs. This is updated like every 10 seconds. the total amount of volume in the last 24 hours, and the total amount of fees generated in the last 24 hours. You've got Jupiter's organic score for the particular tokens right here. And if you click on one, expand it, it will even show you some risk assessment for it. So like here, this one showing name mismatch, symbol mismatch. I don't know what that is all about, but it's giving you a lot of different metrics here, and including the chart. This one is probably, yeah, you see here, here's one, the risk assessment for this ZB-Sol. This is all like red check data. So this one, I think I would probably avoid that one personally. That one looks like a bad time. Choose this one, low amount of LP providers. It may just be a new token. You see here that it's skyrocketing right now, and maybe actually it's already skyrocketing and it's coming back down. Who knows why? But this is a cool tool to be able to show you some real-time data on what's going on out there in the market, help you choose something to go. And of course, a direct link right there. So anyway, let me just take a pause to see if we have any specific questions. Let's not shill stuff here in chat, please, guys. All right. So, gonna move on here to back to our presentation. Okay, so now we're going to get into reading charts. Again, you don't have to be a master of technical analysis to understand some basic chart reading. You do need to understand volume and market cap. And this will just help you understand, is this thing on the way up? Is it going down? Is it going to range? Meaning you want that side to side movement. That's, in my opinion, that's ideal, right? If it's moving side to side, you're going to be making the most money. So here, this is, I love looking at this, the 1 minute, 5 minute, 1 hour, 24 hours. You can see whenever you click on these, it'll show you the buys and sells, and we'll actually demo this live, but let's just go ahead and move on to technical analysis indicators, things that are very handy, things that I might use. You can use whatever you want, but these are ones that we've found that have been pretty useful and not too hard to understand. The MACD indicator. So it's got a few different things on it. You can see here the trend signals. So you've got the blue line here, and whenever it crosses this, it's kind of indicating a change. So you can see right here, this particular blue line, it crossed over the orange, which indicated a pump. And you can see here all these green bars and the red bars. The dark green meaning that it's pumping, it's going up. As that pump tends to slow down, the color of the green will lighten up, like so. And of course, like the red. So it reversed. We've got some red. And then as that the selling trend was dying off, it started to lighten up here. And of course, you can see like this particular right here, this cell was not as heavy and as deep as this particular one. So these are nice little things. And of course, this is all based on the amount of time that you choose, whether it's a 1 hour chart or a 5 minute chart or a 1 minute chart. So you could look at trends doing that. The RSI indicator. So it's got 3 lines on it, top, middle, and bottom. And you can see here, anything above that line, the token is overbought, which may indicate to you that it may have a correction, like it's going to get ready to sell at that point. And if it dips below the line, then it may be oversold, which is sometimes an indicator that, hey, this is maybe a bottom, maybe it's time to buy, or a good place to get back in, that it may come back. So it's kind of showing you maybe potential reversals. So those, some of the, couple of them. We'll move on here to some more here. I'm going to talk about the volume profile visible range first, and we're going to demo these, of course. But you can see here, you've got the yellow indicating sells and the blues indicating buys. This is showing you where the most trading volume has happened within the amount of time. So if, like, again, if it's a 5-minute chart, that's where it's showing you that. So, and of course, it's all based over time here, right? So you had a whole lot going on back here, not so much right here. And you can see it starting to grow right here. And as time goes on, if it keeps going, this may grow some more. But it's just kind of like a great way to see, like, you can maybe even set your range using this, saying, looks like all the volume is happening right in here. So maybe we want to set our price somewhere between here and here. And then, of course, this is not actual charting tool so much. The Hikanashi candles, just over regular candles. On the top, you've got regular candles, right? So buy, sell, everyone should know this with the little wicks. But you notice here on this one, the Hikanashi candles, those are trimmed up a bit. And it may even look a little bit different, right? So this is kind of, it cuts out some of the noise. So you'll see the actual trend here, right? So like this was an uptrend. And you see here the difference. You had some up, down, up, down, up, down. This is indicating this is really, it's really all about the trend is going up here. And then it comes back down. So it cuts out some of the noise, makes it a little bit cleaner. So you can see what the trends are so much versus the exact moment of what's happening. So you'll see a no lower wick, a strong uptrend, no upper wick, a strong downtrend. So hopefully those tools will help you. Going to actually gonna look at that on a live demo right now. So let me pull that up. We'll cover some of those topics that we just talked about. Okay. And we're actually going to look here at this particular one. This was Please. We were looking at this earlier. So here's a chart. I'm on GMGN. And of course, these are accessible through the, here on this portfolio page. You've got this direct link right here. You can use any one of these that makes you happy. I have a preference myself for gmgn.ai because this is not the chart for this one specific pool, but this is showing me everything for the entire market. So this is all pools, whether it's, Sol USDC, whether it's on Orca, Radium, or any of the Meteora pools, whatever. This is kind of everything together. That gives you a better picture, in my opinion, of what something is doing versus, because if you were looking at just the chart for a pool that maybe doesn't have as much volume, maybe you're not getting the best picture of what's going on overall in the specific market. So we can see here, our Hikinashi candles, we've got some downtrends. This thing is going down. I got into this pool way up here, so I'm not having a good time right now, but we can see some volume happening in this particular range. It looks like it's going sideways for a bit right here, so that's good. This may be a very good range for you to choose right here. Let's see if I can get the right tool here. Is this what I want? Stop the tool that I wanted. Where is? Did I lose it? Yeah, whatever. Here on my MACD, you can see a little bit of up and down. I'm looking at the 5-minute chart here. The RSI, you see the dips, some undersold, and so it came back up. And it looks like this particular one may be having a trend where it's coming back up. We see you can always change your chart to look and see what's happening. Here's the 1 minute chart. See a lot of up and down. I'll look at the 4-hour chart. And here's something else that I really love about GMG. And you can see here, this is where the dev sold, maybe where the dev bought. This migrated. So like this is a pump.fund token. So you can see this is where this bonded and migrated on Radium. See here, the dev sold some more. And there's a whole lot here on GMGN. We could see up here, sniper info. What any snipers particularly did, whether they sold, they hold, whatever that's worth. Here, this is showing you what blue chip holders, like people who tend to hold blue chips. This is the ratio of those holders who also own those. So maybe more serious traders. The top 10 holders own less than 30%. So that's a good indicator, because if one person or one wallet is holding way too much, that's a rug indicator. And of course, when you're under a security audit for checks, no mint, blacklist, there's some liquidity burnt, what have you. Let's see. Let's go down here. Here's where I can see this information, the 5 minutes. In the last 5 minutes, the net buy is $42.01. So there's been more buys than sells, and of course that quickly changed to negative. So that's a constantly changing number. Let me go move the 1-hour chart. So we see we have in the last 1 hour 348 buys worth 147K, and the number of sells. So a bunch of information here that'll help you do that. Now we're going to look at the handy bubble map, which is integrated right here into GMGN, right down here at the bottom, these little bubble maps. It doesn't say bubble maps, but let's look at the bubble map on this particular token. We can see, we've got some bundled wallets right here. That may be a bit of a concern. Not really sure why, but you've got some bundling going on. I'm going to look at a few other tokens here just to demonstrate bubble maps just for a minute. To help you give an idea of what to look for and what's good and what's bad. And this is horrible. It's actually, bubble maps is actually gagging on this because all these wallets are tied together in some way, which that, to me, that says danger, danger. Do not touch that particular one. That thing looks nasty. Moving on to the next one that I bookmarked already. So this one doesn't look too bad. The top holder holds 15%. Anything 20 and above really start to need to be skeptical of. The less that the top holder has, the better, because that means the less price impact any trades they do can have on the chart. Excuse me. Let's look at this. Trump so here's one. I like this. Some pretty nice even distribution. The other thing that we would look for is that these are not all the same number, right? If you see something that is these top wallets have the exact same percentage, even if they don't show to be tied together, they could all be related. Some more bubble maps. You can spend all day just playing with bubble maps. This one's bad, right? This particular one, this top holder is 64%. We got another wallet with 33% here. I wouldn't touch this for nothing, because if this guy decides to sell his bag, that chart is going to hit the bottom, and it's going to be very bad for everybody else involved. And I bookmark these just by clicking this little star right here. Add it to a list, and you can create yourself multiple groups of tokens you may want to watch. Let's see. I don't need to spend too much time on this, but we can see here another one. This one, not so good. 43% holding that one. So that's bubble maps in a nutshell. We are go back to please. So anyway, go and look at the 1 minute chart, and we've got a pump going. It's going right back up. That looks beautiful to me, at least for the moment. I might set my range somewhere around right here and up. I scroll like that. So I might come up to about right here, or actually right in here to here, where I might choose to actually do that particular one. Looking at Ron, another one that I was playing with last night. Came up, it came back down, and it seems to be ranging right in here. It's not terrible. It's not great. It is the weekend. Okay. Let's see. Any questions? High trade button. We're looking for the indicators at the top of the chart. Okay. So right here, this FX, that's the indicators button that you're looking for to be able to choose these things. And you can favorite anything that you'd like to make it easier to find later. That's where you find those indicators. And if you want to change your candles, that's right here. So let's change from regular candles to Ganache candles. So that's how you change those things right there. And of course, this will change from showing you the USD price to the Sol price. I like to do Sol. That's whatever you want to do, whatever you want the quote token to be shown as. If you were LPing with Sol, I would probably stick with that one. Okay. Get any other good questions? Nope. It is a little bit quiet today, Otto. So either people are uninterested or I'm doing such a great job teaching. So anyway, let's talk more about this range. Let's see. Looking at Ron, we would maybe want to choose something down here at 0.41, and then maybe come up here even to 9.1. So 4191. Let's go back. Look at my particular one. Now, let's look at all the pools available for this one. And I'm clicking this Ron Soul. Of course, it's not taking me there. So I'm going to come back here on this particular token. Of course, you have direct links to Rug Check Bubble Map as a reminder, but I can copy the CA right here. Go to pools. Do a little search. We've got 6 particular pools, and it's showing me the top 3 that it's recommended, and that's all based off like of TVL and volume. I can do a show all. We can see we've got some pools not being used so much anymore. Maybe these pools were being used whenever it first launched, but as time has gone on, they have made less sense to use. This 250 5% fee, I suspect, was one of the first ones created for this pair. But you can see that people have moved out of that. There's only $2,700 worth of liquidity left in this particular pool. So people have moved out of that one and into the smaller bin step and fees. That's just as the market goes, right? So I'm going to go into the 100 bin step 1% fee. And so we have already have a position here. What did we say we wanted on this? Ron. Choose the right one. I think we said something about 4.1. And then I don't know that it's going to reverse that much. So this goes to 8.5. So I'm going to go add a position. And is this going to go up or down? It looks like it's got some dips, so I can go one-sided with this. I actually don't have any Soul in this wallet. Let me change wallets here. Okay, so here's a wallet with some money. I'm just using small numbers here, so I'm just doing 0.3 Soul. I'm gonna go small with this, but we don't want to go this far down. I said 4. Oh no, that's not what I wanted. Maybe I was looking at the Soul price here, or the USD price. It helps if you get this correct, guys. Okay, there we go. Now we're looking at in Soul. So we're looking at about 3.2 up to 6.9. I'm going to reset that. Okay. So 0.3 Soul. Maybe I don't want to go down that far. Maybe I want to go 3.2. So that tightened that range. And what did we say we wanted at the top? $6.9. So I'm going to go 6.9 here. And that would actually create two positions. We could see here that that's 75 bins. So I'd be creating two positions. So maybe I don't want to go quite that high. Maybe I'm just going to go 40% above. That's 62. And you notice that I've left nothing in this area. I'm just going to do just going to do a spot on this one. Now you may want to mix in some bid ask with that, especially if you think you're going to get a nice little dip. You would probably want to add some bid ask in there, or you could just do a pure bid ask. This is not a terrible idea to do a pure bid ask. But that's how I decided this particular range, because I think this is where most of the volume is going to happen. Now, of course, going two-sided with this one, not a bad idea, maybe. It's been ranging for a little while, but at the moment, let's see, I've already got some fees. It did a little bit of drop. We're going to talk about in a little while what to do with these and how to deal with impermanent loss. But just really kind of wanted to show you how I selected my range for this particular one. There's never anything wrong with going the full 69 bins. It may not be the most capital efficient, but if the token really dumps or pumps a lot, then you're still in range and making money here. It's all about what you want to do. Okay. Let's see. Do we have any questions? All right. Move on. Hopefully I didn't skip anything. Okay, back to the presentation. Okay, so advanced strategies. Let's talk about this for a second. You've got various combinations, things that are intended more for short term or long term. This particular one here, we'll see a one-sided plus compound. So this is actually something I did a very long time ago. Sol and Lucy. I went one-sided and I actually did a very small layer of spot here. And then I added a nice little bid ask here. And I left room at the top with no tokens. This is all part of my range. What I chose for this particular one. As I earned fees in Lucy as it went down, I claimed those fees and I compounded them right back into my position, into a bid ask. It's not very much here, but as the price of Lucy goes back up, if it goes back up, I'm going to be selling those fees at higher prices. And we'll talk more about, again, what to do with those fees in a little bit, but this is one particular strategy that you can use. The toothpaste tube by Geek Lad, you see here, he's got a base of spot and then a big old bid ask with the other token. So again, he's just kind of like squeezing all the fees at higher prices out. It's just the name he gave for this particular one. But again, you see the idea, a base layer of spot. People do that so that even at these lower prices, you're still earning some fees on those trades down there. The bid ask chill, kind of coined by Mario. This is just a big old bid ask. There's not really much spot going on here. This is just a really wide position for maybe a long-term play to chill in. So as the price of Sol As it pumps, he's gonna sell more of it at higher prices. We've talked about this several times here. Of course, if the price decides to sit right here, he's not going to get a whole lot in fees. So, yeah, that's one other strategy. We'll talk about more here in a bit. But here's one that you'll find a lot of degens using. And this is just a funny way that UN put out there. Do this when price dumping. That's a one-sided sold bid ask, right? Then do this when price pumping. A one-sided bid ask with just whatever meme coin. All right. It's very simple, but it's super effective, right? And here, this is one that someone else did for a token called Billy. He looked at the chart and he decided here, maybe this is a top. Maybe he looked at the MACD or whatever, that this is going to be at the top. So he set up a one-sided bid ask. Nothing just sold here. He chose this range. The token went down and all of it got turned into Billy. So he withdrew that Billy, didn't close the position. He kept it open. He just withdrew all the tokens and he turned around into a bid ask of only Billy. And as the price eventually pumped up, I mean, it had some sideways auction, so he earned a bunch of fees along the way. But as it went completely out of range, he had, if you remember from yesterday, we talked about the positive divergence loss. Well, all the Billies sold for soul. So that's a good thing. He withdraw and close. Now you've just got tons of profit. And that's a beautiful, beautiful thing. So yeah, the bid ask flip, common, much loved, great strategy. So now we talk about dealing with impermanent loss. What do you do? It's guaranteed to happen, but now what? Say you're out of range. And you can see here, we're out of range. I'm out of range on a bunch of positions. What do I do? Well, you have a lot of choices. One is just simply wait, patience. If you think that token is going to come back up into your range within however much time you're willing to tolerate, just do nothing. Be at peace and patience, right? If you think that well, you can open a one-sided bid ask at a lower price range, hoping to capture enough fees to offset losses. So just like that, just go lower. And maybe the price of that token comes back into your other ranges. Maybe it doesn't. But by setting up that lower bid ask, maybe you'll capture enough fees to offset any losses that you had in the others. There's no guarantee that it will. You got to look at the charts. So yeah, loss is the real problem. Is keep dipping. Indeed, that can happen to you. So the next thing, and this is about risk management, take the loss and reposition liquidity. Again, whenever you withdraw and you are in that negative impermanent loss, if you withdraw, you make that loss permanent. But you can go and reposition your liquidity into a new price range. And if you think you can capture enough in fees in that new range to recover your losses, then great. If you can just recover some by doing that and not all, well, recovering some is better than recovering none. And then, of course, you can always just quit. You can pull out, sell, and sometimes, and this is where people get into trouble. If you think it's going to go down only, it's better to sell here than it is to sell way down there, right? If you watch it run all the way to zero, your losses are even greater. Sometimes you just have to say, okay, say the price of the token was $1 and it dropped down to 75 cents. You're out of range. You don't think it's going to go any lower. Is it better to sell that token at 75 cents and realize a 25 cents loss? Or do you wait till that thing hits a nickel and you realize a 95-cent loss? So you're going to get L's, you're going to get losses. You just have to know how to minimize that. So yeah, it's better to take it sooner than later. But those are your choices, what you can do with that. Hopefully that's covered well enough. So now what do we do with earned fees? A lot of choices here. You can just claim and put them back into the position. So like in this one here, Ron, I've got $1.29 in unclaimed swap fees in this particular picture. What do I do with it? Well, I can claim that and just put that Ron right back into the position. And personally, I would use the bid ask for that to sell those fees at higher prices. So we could do that. The other thing that we could do is we could open a new position at a higher price range. So whatever price range this is at, I open one at a higher price range. And again, I usually use the bid ask in this because if I think, hey, maybe this token is going to go any even higher, I'll set that at the higher rate to hopefully sell when it pumps. Of course, no guarantee of that. Something else that a lot of people like to do to lock in profits right away is when you claim, sell it right then and there to lock in those profits. Because if you just sit on it and it ends up dumping, then you have not locked in profit at that higher price and you're having less of a good time. Of course, there's always the option of simply just holding that token, right? Well, you can wait to see if it goes higher, and if it goes higher, you sell it, right? That's very similar to opening the new position at a higher price range and setting it a bid ask. The difference between one and the other is if you set the price range and you're selling it on the way up, some of those tokens you've sold at lower prices than, say, potentially the highest price, but you've also earned fees along the way. If you just simply hold it and you sell it at the highest price that it hits or whatever mark makes you happy, then you didn't sell any of it at lower prices. So it's really kind of what you want to do, what makes you happy with that particular thing. So yeah, let's LP into a pool again. We kind of did that already a little bit, but we'll do some more of that. See how we're doing on time. We've got a good bit of time left. So let's start with Metlex. Let's find something nice here. I'm going to use the magical. Okay, I don't like any of that stuff. Show me nothing more than 200 bin step. And show me all the rugs. Fart coin. YZY. I don't like the chart on that one. This is going to be a tough one for today. Squeeze is out there. Not touching that. All right. Let me just reset this. Just go with the default. Seems like Fartcoin is the one moving. I really don't want to mess with that one. Let's look at the trenches. ZB, YZY, horse. Low amount of LP providers. Don't want to touch that one. Okay. Yeah, maybe we can try this one. Let's check it out anyway. All right. So we start here with, I mean, we already looked at that a little bit, but I'll just go look at the rug check. Swastika coin. Yeah. Yuck. What a terrible name. But rug check says it's okay. Let's look at the bubble map. All right. So we can see that on Radium, that's the top wallet, that particular pool, 2.69. I'm looking down here. Up here is a DEX right here. So this is actually listed on a DEX, or at least allegedly. Okay. Don't see a whole lot of bundling going on here. It's fun. You can even play around, move stuff around because it's fun. Whee. All right. So the bubble map is not bad on this one. Let's look at the GMGN chart. Okay. So here we go. The 5-minute chart. We see it's been hitting some downtrends here today. Not really liking that a whole lot. We see it's had some, it's starting to slow down a bit here. You can notice how the ups and downs are not quite as big. It started to slow down. Maybe it's ranging a little bit, or maybe just the volume's dying. Let's look at this here. What is the volume? 24-hour volume, almost 4 million out of a 8.6 million market cap. Okay. The 1 minute, it's about even. 1 hour, about 7%. It's not terrible. I'll look at the 1 minute charts. So the last 1 minute, we've got a range here. Most of the action was up there. So let me ask you guys. I know what I would set, but any of my other instructors, what would you pick here? I'd like to hear your opinions. Gosha Auto, you guys have any thoughts on this particular one? You're muted if you were trying to talk.
What is this 5-minute chart?
Yeah, it's a 5-minute chart. Let's see. Let's do this in Sol. This might be me here. I would maybe go down to about 7.5. Going all the way up to here, I think would be a little bit optimistic. Maybe about 9.8 at the top. What do you think, Otto?
Yeah, in this market, I probably wouldn't want to put too much at risk below. You thinking two-sided? Yeah, something like that. So, 30% under, 60% above, 70, 60, 70% above.
Okay. All right. So that was at about 9.9. This is about 7.7. That was Ron we were looking at? Or no, that was YZY. Okay. YZY. I'm going to copy
Yeah,
the
YZY.
CA there. Yeah. Just to make sure that I don't get caught by a copycat, I would use the CA to get it. And what was the particular pool that we were looking at? That doesn't say. Let's go with the one that's got all the TVL in it. 200,000. So the 102%. And we need to buy some of this. This I think is broken right now. Yeah, that thing's having issues. Oh, I'm just going to go out to Jupiter. I'll paste my CA. And I want to buy. I'm going to go very small with this. I'm not playing wild with this, so I'm just going to go 0.1 sol on this. Y'all do what you want. Okay. What do we say here? About 9.9 at the top. About 7.6 at the bottom. I'll go half. Stop. Okay. And then the bottom.
7.6.
7.6. Okay. Yeah. Oh, well, that is not what I thought it was. Did I miss that?
Maybe a 0. Yeah, just do a percentage, maybe. Just do -30 or something like that.
I don't want to create two positions. Actually, you know what? Let's do it. Screw it. We'll create two positions. Show you what that looks like doing that. Because I didn't demo that yesterday. So 30%. Early wanted 9.9 here. So let's do that. Sometimes this is a little tricky. Because that's moving to get that in. Okay. So 77 bins. So we're going to add this liquidity here.
How much sol was that in the end?
Um,
Oh yeah, you're good. Yeah.
not not much. Oh, I didn't demonstrate. I didn't talk about that, but yeah, adding that much, it cost me 0.05 times 2. Um,
Yeah, they weren't new bins. Yeah.
yeah, they weren't new bins, so I didn't have to pay any that. Something I didn't show yesterday that I should show now here is on here the settings. You have liquidity slippage and swap slippage. Before we go into that, here you have your positions, add a positions, and swap. You can swap for this token right here within the pool. This is not swapping on Jupiter. You're swapping within this specific pool itself. So you're paying whatever the dynamic fee is on this one. That may or may not be the best price. It's always recommended that you use Jupiter to use the best price. But if for whatever reason you want to swap within this pool itself, you can. That's here, right? And if you're suffering slippage, like you're having trouble landing the trade for whatever reason, you can change this here. This is not so commonly used. But liquidity slippage. Now, this is important because when you're trying to deposit liquidity into a particular pool, the price of that token can be moving, right? It can be going up, it could be going down. If it's very volatile, you may have trouble depositing it there because you say, I want to deposit at this specific price point. I want to hit this specific range. Okay. So whenever you click, okay, do that, by the time it can actually land that transaction, that token may have slipped quite a bit. Here you're defining how much of that slippage you're willing to accept and still land the transaction. So here, if you say, if that token moves more than 0.5%, don't accept it. Of course, if something's very volatile, you may have a hard time getting that to land. You can go use any one of these, or you can set a custom amount. A lot of your hardcore degens will set this even higher. Some people will even go up really high. Use caution with that. But, so this will help you land those transactions, especially if you're having trouble. Again, you have to determine what your tolerance is for that. So yeah. What does verified mean? It's on Jupiter's strict list. Do you want to know more about what that means? That's really a Jupiter question. This data comes over from Jupiter. Whether it's listed there. So like if you go out to Jupiter, you can see it's right here, whether it's on their list or not. This is not Jupiter saying that this token is safe. It's just saying that it's been verified. And this particular is, they're giving you warnings, because this is how, let's say that you're trying to buy Sol and it had that little warning on it, that may be a copycat token, right? It may not be the real Sol. So they're just trying to caution you on that. So anyway, moving along. Let's see how we're doing here. 22% ish. It's going down. I don't have a whole lot in here. Price has gone up a little bit, so I've earned in Sol. That's what happens. That's how you when trades come through your pool, someone bought YZY, and so the price went up, and I got fees in Sol. They gave me Sol, and I gave them YZY in return. So my fees came out in Sol. If they sold YZY, I gave them SOL and I got this, I would get fees in that. So, yeah, that's how that works. Let's see, did I miss anything?
I think
There's
you were
no
going to
note.
drop the rest of the Wise UI into a
Oh, yeah, I
ask.
was. Thanks for the reminder. I am going to do that. Forgot I was sitting on that. I got distracted. Okay. That didn't slip at all. Nice. All right. So there's that setup. As always, weekends are slower than others. So not a whole lot of action. This is not all that exciting. I'll come out here in my portfolio and see how everything is doing. Okay. Not great. Let's look at this other wallet. Okay. So here we go. Here's one that's out of range. What do I do? The current price is 3.7. The bottom of mine is at 4.8. I'm out of range. Man, what do I do here? Oh, actually, I want to answer this question. How do you know if it slipped or not? Well, you can see it real time, but you can see here, there's a price that I went to go do it. When you're clicking the add liquidity button, you will see this thing physically move. You'll watch it. That's how you know it's slipping, but if you take note of where it is when you're going to click the button and it's not there, you see it just moved. So really it's just a price movement. It's not really slippage so much. It's slippage in the fact that the price is now not what it was when you said deposit here. So that's that. So anyway, we're gonna got stuff to move on to here. I think we've covered these things. So let me switch back to the presentation. Okay. All right. So some more community tools that we want to show here. lp4fun.vercel.app. This particular one is you can use it to check the status of all your tokens. You can select one or all of your positions. You can do multiple wallets, view live return on investment. One thing that is really important to know about this tool is that it's not reporting in the USDC value like Metlex does. It's reporting to that in SOL. It can also tell you in whatever other token that particular pool is. But the point is that whatever profit percentage it's showing you, the ROI percentage, it may not be the exact same as what the USDC value is. So keep that in mind, especially whenever you're trying to do graduation. You're looking for 5% profit. just because it says this here doesn't necessarily mean that it translates the same over there. So anyway, I'm not going to demo the tool. It's very simple, straightforward. You can get the link in the Bootcamp resources. But it is a great handy tool. A lot of people like to use it to see how they're doing on a particular position. And then there's GeekLad's profit analysis tool. It is linked in every pool, just like metlex.io. It's also in the Bootcamp resources. So you want to see your profitability over time. This will do it. It will give you an estimate on fees or points from fees. But again, that's only for the DLMM. It's mostly about the fees, not the TVL points. So again, that's not official. You can get the information in just in the various tokens. You can filter that. You can have it show you all time. You can have it show you just over, say, the past week or the past day. So you'll see your profit over time. And what's beautiful is, if you have been doing this for a little bit, and then after you apply maybe some of the things that you might have learned in boot camp and you see that start to go up, then, good success for you. Like to see that. But it's also cool is you can download your transactions for later analysis. It can take time for this thing to run and complete. Yeah, so you have to be patient there. So let's move on. This is what a lot of people came for. This is the day 2 form. No, we don't share this form out there because we want people to watch Bootcamp and complete the session. So scan this with your phone or Google Lens and use that. You need to open one new DLMM position between today, March 16th, and March 23rd. So anytime between today and when forms close, which is 4:30 p.m. UTC on March 23rd. So anytime within there, one position. Don't create 2 positions. You can't count 2. It's only one. The minimum value of the assets needs to be at least 100 USD. You can go one-sided. You can go two-sided. You can do these things, but it's got to be at least $100. I will say now, because this question always comes up, is my initial, say I want to do a mixed strategy. I want to put in $50 on spot and then $50 in a bid ask. That's okay. The greater, it may or may not fail you on that, but I check all those failures just to be sure. So if I can see that you've added enough to get you to that $100 threshold within, the first couple minutes of you opening the position, that's going to be okay. All right. The greater has like a little bit of leeway, but it's okay. We'll watch for that. If you waited 10 minutes before you did it, then not so much. You cannot use a stable pair. And people ask, what's a stable pair? Well, USDC, USDT, definitely a stable pair. CB, BTC, WB, BTC, that's a stable pair. Why? Because it's basically BTC. They're correlated. The price of one impacts the price of the other. Sol and any liquid staking token, they're correlated. If say we're using LP Sol, the LP Army Sol and Sol, if the price of Sol goes up, the price of LP Sol is going to go up. along with it. So that makes a stable pair. You're looking for correlation to each other. You must LP for a minimum of 1 hour. So if you open this and you make money and you close it after 5 minutes, you are going to fail. You must close that position before you submit it. Don't leave it open. I've seen that people will submit an open position and everything looks beautiful, but they wanted to keep earning money and they didn't want to close it, and they will fail. You must show at least 5% profit, not just 5% in fees. This is important. Okay. If you open position worth $100 and you earn $5 in fees, but the value of your position dropped by $10, so it's now worth $90. Have you profited? No, you're at $95 because it went down to $90 plus $5 in fees. You're at $95. You're in a loss. You did not profit. So it would need to be above that. So keep that in mind. You got to have 5% profit. We do not allow third-party tools such as HawkFi or anything else. No copy trading. We don't allow those. This is about learning to use the DLMM as it is raw. And again, you must complete both days. So if you have the bootcamp trainee role from a previous bootcamp, you're good. If you don't, you need to go and complete day one of this one. So grading, it's something that it takes a lot of time. There's a lot of pre-processing and all of this. It's not an instantaneous process. We don't even begin grading until the forms close. Please don't come and ask me when roll. It's not going to do you any good. If you're asking that question, I will know that you are not paying attention to my course, because I'm saying this right here and now. It takes time. I work very hard to try and get things out as fast as I possibly can. So, I don't do a whole lot of sleep because I'm trying to take care of these things for you guys as quick as I can. So just be patient. It will come. Okay. So, all right. Now, I'm going to show you something here on SoulScan. You may be asking me how to find that open transaction or the closing. Well, you can enter your wallet right there into SoulScan and do a search. Go and click on DeFi Activities tab. You will see here it breaks down everywhere where you have added liquidity. Oops, wrong button. It's not going to show it to me right. Everywhere you've added, where you've removed, you've done token swaps. So that makes it a whole lot easier for you to identify what you've done. You can then just click that little copy button right there. And of course, you can also search by the transaction ID. Let me do a little demo here. I'll share my screen. Go here. And let's look at my positions. Let's go to my portfolio. Let's see what's happening here on Puis. So this one, well, it's not looking that great. I'm going to go ahead and close this just for the demo. I'm actually in a good bit of loss. I'm not in profit here. I have seen people go and click this button right here. If you click this little button right here, it's going to take you out to SoulScan. And it's going to show you the account. Do not, for the love of God, copy this URL at the top of the page and put that in for your graduation, because the grader cannot grade this URL. You're looking for one of these transactions. So here, initialize position, this is where I opened it. I can copy this signature. It's also called the transaction ID. Do that. Or you can just go out to SoulScan, put it in your wallet, and get the thing right then and there. But I am going to close this position. I'm going to go to withdraw and close. Okay, there's a P&L card here, but we're not going to use that. We're going to go here to Metlex. I'm going to go to the P&L tab. I'm going to put that transaction ID in here. And again, it doesn't matter if it's the open or the close. It doesn't matter. But here's how I'm checking what's going on here. And I've got this little Bootcamp checker down here at the bottom. So see, it passed. No HawkFi, third party. My initial deposit was less than $100, so that's not good. My P&L, I did not profit. I lost $5.71 here, or over 11%. So that's a fail, but I did it for more than 1 hour. You're looking for 4 green checks right here, okay? And of course, it must be within the time defined. Now, do not copy the Metlex link to do that. Here's my little P&L card. I don't need this. I don't need the Metlex link. The grader won't grade a Metlex link. And of course, the form itself tells you, don't submit a Metlex link, you will fail. You need to submit this initial transaction, or the one that it should be the same thing as what you put in here, or the closing. Doesn't matter. You put that into the form and submit that. So that is that. Let's see if I have any questions here. Okay, present back to the. Hopefully everybody understands now how we graduate, how to fill out that form. Okay. So next up, we used to give out graduation certificates. That program is ended. We're no longer doing this. If you already graduated the February boot camp, I don't know why you're here, but those will still be issued. We're not issuing these things going forward. They were going to be used to gate certain access in the new LP Army Discord. That's no longer happening. It's open. Everything's open to everybody. There's no airdrop associated with this. There's no value to these. There's no reason to sell it. It's just causing Sybil. So we're going to discontinue the program. So if that disappoints you, if that's why you came here, I'm so sorry. But this is what we're doing. And now we'll talk about just a minute about the Dead DAO community. This original sub-DAO is based off of fractionalized NFT. It was actually, like, if you're familiar with WEN, W-E-N, that was a fractionalized NFT. Dead actually came first. It is available on the Meme33 platform for staking. You can buy whatever. They have a token, is what I'm saying. But it's a pretty chill Discord. They have their own Discord. You can find out about that in the Meteora Discord channels. It's not associated with any kind of like revenue sharing. They're not doing anything like that. If you want to know more about the Dead community, go to the URL there listed, iamdead.xyz. That's showing on our banner there. Or you can go and hit the channel and join their Discord and find out what's going on there. It's just a fun thing. Okay. Okay. Let's see. I see a question right here. So here's what we want to look at. Okay. They're not related to each other, not make them a stable pair. Let's look at the chart. Just go look at the chart for this. Okay. So the chart here, and I'll expand it out here. The price 1.03 is topping out here. Notice that there's not a whole lot of wide fluctuations here. Okay. It's not zooming up to $2 or dropping down to 50 cents. These things are tending to move in step with each other. Now, while it is a newer token, so you will see some more swings on it, they are correlated to each other. They tend to stick together here in this thing. So that's why anything correlated, same thing with Sol and a liquid staking token. It's going to be like that. So here you are watch no QR reader. We do not share this link. If you're watching this on PC, use Google Chrome, use the Google Lens. So that's how that works. We do not share these forums. Okay. All right. Some more questions. We will be, we've only got a few dollars left. We will be in the LP Army Meteor, LP Army Discord here after this. We're going to join the Bootcamp stage. You're looking for this. If you'd like to have questions live, we'll answer those. If you want to ask your questions in chat, you may. If you want to come up on stage and talk, you may. But we will answer questions there. So, yeah. Anything else that we can answer? Here before we go. I'm just going to bring my other instructors back up here. Appreciate you guys coming in and helping out today with the questions in chat. Otto, he is one of our, so yes, thank you. There's the Discord, the LP Army Discord link. Otto, one of our OG Bootcamp instructors, one of the originals. So yeah, thank you for joining, as well as Gosha and Photon, some of our other instructors.
Hey, I poorly answered borrow A14
Mm-hmm.
Eolo, and I just wanted to step in on voice. So the question was related to a stable pair, whether or not it's a stable pair, and this person was asking whether a EURC to USD C pair is stable or not. And you are correct, Borrow, that both of them are not the dollar. One's the euro and one's the dollar. The point is the boot camp is supposed to challenge you to be a market maker with something more volatile than tokens that are pegged to government currencies. So government currencies are by definition very stable compared to crypto tokens, crypto assets, digital assets. And when you pick a pair of uh, US government pegged tokens, those are by definition much more stable than anything that you would see in crypto. And that's why they're not allowed to pass the boot camp. You may make decent money market making with those pairs, of course, but they're just not acceptable for the boot camp.
Thank you, Otto.
Yeah.
You always explain things so beautifully.
Well, I messed it up in chat, so I had to. I don't know.
You're all
It
good.
is an interesting one. We haven't had much of that. We've never had that question because the EURC is relatively new.
Yeah, it is.
So it's a
Someone
solid
asked.
question. Yeah.
Yeah, I like. Can we watch this whole thing without doing the homework? Yeah, you absolutely can. Boot camp is about the education. So whether you do the graduation task or not, it doesn't matter. If you've learned something from this course, that is what's important. That's why we do it. It's not about roles, man. That's just, you know, if you really think about it, it's like, oh, I earned the LP Army private. Let me let me tell my mom so she could be proud of me, But like if you put that on your Tinder profile to try and get dates, I don't know how well that's going to work out for you. So, um, it's about perspective, man. Show them your wallet. um, yeah. Okay. Well, hopefully you've learned a few things and that you will learn even more. Again, the LP Army, we're here to support each other. We're here to grow together. There's so many people giving out great things. I didn't even talk about it. I forgot to make the slide on Saturdays and Thursdays. Yusuf leads what he's calling the LP Alpha calls. So he's getting on the LP Army Discord live, and he's streaming to X and YouTube as well. And it's kind of like a chat. Let's talk about what the current market is doing, what's hot, what's not. Maybe they'll DLMM a little bit, maybe they won't. But they talk about the various things. Guys like Gosha, they're kind of doing their own little thing as well in Russian. Maybe some other guys are doing things in various languages, something we're trying to expand. But that's a great way that if you want to get in, and you can go in and you can ask questions. You can go in there and say, like, hey, what's happening, man? Or I'm confused about this strategy, or I'm confused about what to do in this situation, or what do you think we should do here? That's a great place to go and ask those things. So that when those happen is listed in the LP Army Discord. I believe there's an announcements channel there. They again happen every Saturday and Thursday. Let's see. Anything else? Did I miss anything? Gosha, Photon, Otto? miss anything really important?
I think you covered everything, which is okay. And if you we can join for a couple minutes in the voice chat if anyone has any questions. Like not for a long time, but if you want to ask something, at least I will be in the voice chat for like 10 minutes. If you need something to ask, please get in. I think Heavy covered everything which is important. So yep.
Okay, cool. Well, again, I'm going to join the Bootcamp stage in the LP Army Discord. If you guys give me a few minutes, because I need to use the restroom and get some more coffee. But we'll be there in a few minutes right after we end this. Our closing song is for the Dead Dow. We are going to play that for you. And I appreciate everybody coming out here. We'll see you guys in Discord or around. And good luck.
Explorer, fire in his eyes. Under the ice, he fights the prize. Long forgotten in the pools was more than gold or truth. A hidden power deep within. His journey is about to begin. To shatter the token he must, and form an army from the dust. Now called the Great Janitor, he has become only the handler. Releasing the power inside, the dead army now arise. For this we are bred, to be the army of the dead. Forever it shall be said, I am dead, I am dead. We now spread, wearing the token of the dead. To Jupiter and beyond, the dead token is our bond. Forge ahead in the great booze, using the dead as our tools. For this we are bred, to be the army of the dead. Forever it shall be said, I am dead, I am dead, I am dead. Creating new images of power that echo till the final hour. We are the dead here and now, forever dead, this we avow. From the pieces the janitor shatters, the dead army is all that matters. For this we are bred, to be the army of the dead. Forever it shall be said, I am dead, I am dead.